Morning everyone, it's Monday at GazWeatherVids.com, which means only one thing, it's Europe Day. Every Monday at GazWeatherVids we have a look at weather for the coming week across the continent, and today is no exception. Now before I get on with the European outlook, I'm just going to mention the advertising best video ads on my pages at GazWeatherVids.com. If you press play on the video ad, you'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com. Thanks very much for doing that. The website we're using for the European outlook, it's weathercentral.de, a wonderful German website. You can find a link to it on my links page, and just say really thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on with European outlook, and this is today's Arctic pressure. It's going to be the sort of situation we have throughout the week. Really high pressure is around the Azores, reaching into southern parts of the continent. Low pressure is around Iceland, bringing a westerly flow, quite unsettled conditions at times to northern and western parts of Europe. And that's really going to be the setup, as I say, through much of the coming week. If you have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see that it's pretty warm, or even quite hot actually, through Spain and Portugal and in some parts of France. Very warm upper air temperatures there, and generally quite warm through the Mediterranean. Whereas further north is a little bit cooler, although temperatures generally through central parts of Europe, France, Low Countries, Germany, Poland, above average. But cold air is restricted now to the far north and northeast of Europe and northern Scandinavia, going down into western parts of Russia. Most of the continent now seeing above average temperatures, as has been the case, of course, so through most of the winter and the spring season. So pretty unsettled today across Ireland and Britain. Showers for Scotland and Ireland, outbreaks of rain for much of England and Wales. That just flirting into the far north and northwest of France. Also got some rain, sleet and snow up over central parts of Norway, Sweden, and pushing into southern Finland as well. And some showers down in the southeast around Greece, Turkey. Some of those could be heavy and thundery, but the bulk of the continent actually having a dry day today with plenty of dry conditions. And it's very warm really through the Mediterranean and up into Central Europe. Temperatures well above average into the mid to upper 20s through Spain and Portugal and the central part of the Mediterranean. And even in southern France, where it's around 25 degrees, that's 77 Fahrenheit. That warmth extends through France into Germany, Poland. Yeah, temperatures up to 20, 21, 22 degrees into the 70s Fahrenheit. Pretty warm in the east as well. It's cooler up in the far north and northwest. You can't really see temperatures for Scandinavia. It's cooler there. It's also cooler for Scotland and Ireland. The temperatures about average for England and Wales. Now, as we go through into the middle of the week, we're going to find that ridge of high pressure extending in off the Atlantic in towards France. Still keeping low pressure, though, up to the north of Europe. The upper air temperatures show that it's cooling down through Central Europe around the middle of the week. Germany, Poland, temperatures are dipping a little bit there. The warmth, though, is through the Mediterranean, around Spain and Portugal, quite hot air setting up there. And it's cooler up to the far north and northeast. Temperatures around Scandinavia and British Isles around where they should be. You're going to have rain in the east as we go through to the middle of the week. Some showers extending up from the Adriatic through the Balkans in towards the east of Europe. Possibly risk of some snow as we're coming towards southern Russia. Some sleet or snow possible there. Also got some rain coming into Scotland and Northern Ireland again, but much of Germany, Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, down into France, Spain and Portugal going to be dry. So down in the west and the southwest, largely dry conditions through the middle of the week. Temperatures are dipping away through the middle of the week. We're going back towards where we should be through central parts of Europe into probably the mid-teens in Germany, 13, 14, 15 degrees. That's about where we should be, I think, at this time of year, as it is for much of northern France as well. And even down in the Mediterranean, it's cooling off a little bit, although central Spain will still be up into the mid-20s. As we go through to the end of the week, that high pressure is pulling back into the Atlantic ever slightly, allowing cool northwesterly winds to come down into the British Isles and Ireland. Another area of low pressure around Scandinavia, possibly in some unsettled conditions through into Central Europe. Maybe high pressure building down towards the southeast. Have a look at that in a moment. Upper air temperatures showing it's quite cool up in the north as we get through towards the end of the week. Ireland, Britain, northern parts of France, the Low Countries going into the north of Germany, Denmark, around Scandinavia, temperatures are dipping away. Conversely, though, it's still quite hot down across Spain and Portugal, and generally quite a warm scene through the Mediterranean, with temperatures likely to be above average. It's dry down in the southeast Europe, where there could be some thunderstorms around Greece and Cyprus, but largely dry in the southeast of Europe at the end of the week. Some outbreaks of rain through Denmark, Germany, perhaps down towards low countries and northern parts of France. Maybe some heavier rain through southern France, going over the Pyrenees into the north of Spain. And maybe some rain, sleet or snow, wintry showers perhaps for Scandinavia and down into western parts of Russia. The temperatures at the end of the week show the warmest area is going to be in the east, actually. Temperatures in the east of Europe perhaps up to 20, 21 degrees, 70 Fahrenheit, whereas in the north and the west and through central, western and southwest Europe it is rather cooler. Not cold, but cooler than earlier in the week, with temperatures in the mid-teens. As we move through into next weekend, well, it's still the same idea, really. The high pressure reaching in off the Atlantic through the central parts of Europe, low pressure up to the north of Scotland going into Scandinavia. So the coolest air will always be up across Scandinavia and eastern parts of Europe, warmest down through the Mediterranean next weekend. Unsettled through the north of Scotland in towards Norway, Sweden and Finland. There could be some outbreaks of rain, maybe a little bit of sleet or snow around in places as well. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather actually as we go through to next weekend. Most of these green colours here are light showers, not really amounting to too much. And temperatures at the end of the week, warmest I think through the Mediterranean. Even there, though, temperatures easing off a little bit. Coolest up to the north, particularly for Scotland, Scandinavia and western parts of Russia. So not a great deal going on this week. Not the most exciting of weeks across Europe, to be honest. Typical spring weather. We're starting off very warm across most of the continent. Temperatures will ease back through the course of the week, going back towards where they should be. But a lot of dry weather coming up. Always more unsettled up to the north. But central parts of Europe and down to the Mediterranean, lots of dry conditions. That's it for now. Hope you found the video interesting. We'll do the European outlook again next Sunday. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.